Some people might say I'm over-exaggerating, but today's game could be the title decider. Hello guys, and welcome back to our non-league to legends save. Today we have got a match against Edworthy at the top of the Vanarama South League and another match against Welling. So what's been happening since you were last with me? Well, we've made a new transfer and we've had a couple of outs. We'll have a quick look at those. Coming into the squad, we've got Jordan Richards come over from Brackley on a free. He can play either as a wing back on the right, he can play as a defensive midfielder if we do want to go with that formation, and he also provides cover in centre midfield, so he's been quite a good signing. On the outside, Joe Rains is now gone, as is Harley Wilkinson, who was our 19-year-old goalkeeper, and Omar Holness. He's also gone. He's now over in Jamaica, which I hadn't realised when I sold him, but that's an interesting bit of transfer news. On the finances side, though, it does mean we are hitting our wage budget and we are under that. Club vision wise, we're hitting our club culture because we're signing players under the age of 23, so the board are delighted with that. We're working within the wage budget and we need to reach the playoff. I'm hoping with today's episode we can go one better, because as you can see we do have a game in hand, but we are currently in first place. We are today playing Edworthy, who are in second place with an equal amount of points, so if we can beat them we'll remain top on goal difference and at least make this a bit interesting running into the final few games of the season. I think the last game we saw was against Canvey Island when we went to our 4-3-3. We did continue playing the 4-3-3 for a little bit. We got 0-0 against Havant. We won 2-0 there. We then lost 1-0 against Aldershot, but they are in the league above and it was in the FA Trophy, so we weren't too worried about that. There was a 3-2 win there against Gibbenham, and then we've reverted straight back to our 4-2-4, and since then we've been flying really. We've got 2 draws and 9 wins at the moment since we changed back to a 4-2-4, so we're in decent form heading into the game against Edworthy. The only main concern there is we did just draw a last game against St Albans. Before we move on to having a look at the team for our match against Edworthy, though, as always guys, if you are enjoying today's video, please do drop a like down below on the video. It really helps out the channel and helps push out the video to some other eyes on YouTube, so it would be very, very much appreciated. For now though, this is the team we've basically been playing with and we're going to go for this game. We've got Scott in goal, back four of Taylor, Okocha, Alan or maybe Steve. Richards is playing at right back currently. We got James and Smith in midfield, Freer out on the left, Fletcher out on the right, and then McGiff and Cook up front. Just having a look very quickly as well, if we go to our home screen, we can see Cody Cook is our top goal scorer, 21 goals currently, and Freer has weighed in with 19 assists as well. So those two offering a very effective partnership going forward, and hopefully they can continue that today. So let's get over to the match and see if we can solidify our position at the top of the table against Edworthy. We obviously did lose against Edworthy the last time we faced them, which pretty much actually decimated our form for the remainder of the season until we switched over to that 4-3-3. So hopefully that doesn't happen today. We will keep a very close eye, I think, on the match stats at the start of this match. First highlight is for us though, Alan or maybe Steve getting a free kick, which he just pings over to James. James out wide to Fletcher, into the box to Cook. Cook holding up the ball now. Fletcher again back into James, and it's 1-0 to Bath City. We're winning the league, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care about anything that's happened before this. Non-league to legend starts here properly. We're going to win our first game. We're going to win our first trophy in our first season. We are going to win. We are going to get promoted. I have skipped that highlight, which is not what I meant to do. You can tell I've not recorded for a few days. I'm very used to doing that, and I've just kind of just skipped it because that's what I do. Because I've seen the goal, but we're trying to make sure that you see the goals next time. As we can see, or we could see anyway, it does help us stay top. That was a corner into Cook there from Freer, but nothing coming of it. This does put us 3 points at the top. Obviously we've still got the game in hand. It does mean Edworthy can still catch up with us and be level on points if they win their game in hand, but they'd have to put in a hell of a performance to catch up with our goal difference there. We're 8 +8 above them on goal difference, so they'd have to be absolutely battering whatever team they play for their game in hand. Another highlight here for us. Freer into the box. Straight at their goalkeeper, unfortunately. And that's the end of the highlight. I thought that was going to be a counter-attack, but apparently not. Ebbsfleet not fancying that today. And it remains 1-0 to Bath City after 33 minutes. We do seem to have a highlight there, and now it is a free kick for Ebbsfleet outside of the box. It's a cannon of a free kick in, but Scott managing to get a hand to it, and it is going to be a corner now for Ebbsfleet. We are going to see that one as well, which is slightly worrying. It comes in, it's cleared by Alan or maybe Steve. Cook has now picked up the ball, hopefully can launch a counter-attack here, cuts inside and is maliciously cut down by the Ebbsfleet defender there. No card on this occasion, the referee keeping his cards in his pocket and absolutely wrecking our attack there. Ebbsfleet were. See, on XG at the moment we are pretty equal, but again the only stat that matters is goals, and we are ahead on that currently. Hopefully we can keep doing that, although it is straight away a highlight to them, although Richards has managed to tackle it though, so that was a bit of a weird start to a highlight. And we're just going to keep hold of the ball here nicely, I think. Probably, if I know Bath, before launching a really big ball forward. Probably here to Cook. Yep. Oh no, it's into McGiff. McGiff chesting it down. McGiff absolutely cannoning one off of the crossbar there. A few inches lower and it's in. Alan or maybe Steve here. Out to Cook. Cook out wide to Fletcher. Can he make his way over to the byline? He can. It's a cross in from Fletcher, but their defender gets his head to it. We've managed to recycle possession here, though. Taylor into Freer. Freer tapping that one home at the far post. And it looks like it's going to be disallowed for offside. Was that Freer offside there? Oh, ref. I mean, I guess he was offside, but it was a very, very tight call. We are ahead, obviously, in the match, though, and we have got 60% possession, so we're definitely on the front foot. And we're just going to leave things how they are, really. There's no reason to be changing anything too much. We'll wait a little bit longer, maybe to about the 65th minute. We'll wait until after this highlight, actually, and then we'll start making changes. They've not managed to come away with a goal there. Thank goodness for that, because I thought that was going to be game-changing right as I made it. McGiff is not having the best game of his life. Cook hasn't scored yet either. We're going to bring Fletcher up front for McGiff, and then we're going to bring Giorgio out there on the right to replace Fletcher, just to keep up our attacking emphasis on this match. Hopefully, if we can just get another goal, that'd be decent. Alan or maybe Steve looking very tired here as well. We're going to take Alan or maybe Steve off, and we're going to bring on Ollie O'Dyer, our backup centre-back, just to help us see the match out here, not get too tired defensively and then concede a sloppy one in the 97th minute or something stupid. Freer here with the ball. It's a ball forward for Fletcher to run onto. Fletcher's actually outdone their defender for pace. He's put in a vicious tackle and it's gone to a penalty. Again, a very choppy highlight there from FM, but it's Lloyd James for a penalty. It's his second of the game. That's 2-0 to Bath City. That's the second goal I said we needed in order to kind of put this tie to bed, because I don't think Ebbsfleet are going to get two off of us in the last 15 minutes. I'll be very, very surprised if they did. Bottom corner, sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. It's 2-0 to Bath City, and we are definitely, I think, after this one, going to remain top of the league. Now I think we just make the other substitution, probably a Kocher here. Not a tactical substitution, just a fitness substitution. Bring on an Owen Moore. Obviously, Owen Moore more comfortable playing out on the right, but he can play as a centre-back, and that is what we are going to use him as today in order to maintain our defensive prowess. I do like I've seen Scott doing this a little bit more as well, which is passing out to his fullbacks or mostly his centre-backs, although it hasn't worked on this occasion and we did let Ebbsfleet in there. Luckily for us, Ebbsfleet haven't been able to get that on target. Unfortunate for them, because really they should have been putting that then in the back of the net there, and maybe they get something out of this match. They'd have to rush a little bit. As it is, last couple of minutes of the game here, this will be the last highlight. It is for us, up Ebbsfleet's end. It's a throw-in, Smith into the box. Fletcher can't quite get his head to it, and they are going to try and counter here, but they haven't got enough time left to get 2 goals, so we're not too worried about this, I don't think. I think at this point, we just kind of sit back and relax. They make an awful pass. Freer now has the ball. He's just going to plummel forward, and we're just going to keep hold of the ball here, I think, until we see the final whistle. It's another big ball forward, which was a bit needless. We probably could have just kept hold of that. They've put a long ball into the box. They have actually scored a goal here, but with 5 seconds remaining on the clock, unless the referee's taken a bribe at half time that I don't know about and is going to add on an additional 4 or 5 minutes of injury time here. He hasn't. I'm guessing the referee has remained unbiased, and we see a 2-1 win there for Bath City, which is going to keep us top of the league and still within the title hunt. Obviously, what the board want from us is playoffs. What we want is promotion push. And by a promotion push, I don't want playoffs. I know that would be considered promotion push, but there's only actually in this league one automatic promotion spot, which is top of the league, so we've got to go and win it. As it is, look at that as well, 14 matches unbeaten now for Bath City, which is just fantastic. Let's get over to our next match and see if we can do it again. Alright guys, so we're back here for our second match against Welling. Not a lot changed since you saw the last match, apart from we have made a player sell, and Dan Ball, who was our captain, has left the club now. We've got a couple of people in trialling as well, so we might make another signing. We're trying to build for the future, so if we can get anyone that's a Vanarama national level or has the potential to reach that, then potentially we might bring someone in. As it is, this lineup, we're not going to run through again. It is exactly identical to the lineup from the last match. So we're just going to get straight into that one. Hopefully have a good showing here against Welling, and then we can just stay top of the league. If we can just stay top of the league for the rest of it. We did get an email in between games as well to say that our unbeaten run is now a club record. So that's when you know you're doing well. When you're setting records for amount of games unbeaten at a club, you know you've done a pretty good job. And we're starting off pretty good here as well. 63% possession, 3 shots within the first sort of 10 minutes. Alright, we are saying they are a bit far out and our XG isn't going up that much. We'll wait a little bit until around the 25-minute mark. If we're still not winning, we will put work into box. That's a corner in from Freer. It has been cleared by the Welling defender, but it's just gone back out to Freer. Freer crossing it. Very, very low cross there, just for Cody Cook to poke home there. It's basically a tap-in, and this is what we're doing now. We're so dominant in front of goal. Look at that, they've managed to clear the ball. Smith just got hold of it, passed it back to Freer. Freer just to basically just square it for Cook to slide home. And I think that was his 32nd goal of the season maybe as well. Obviously we are still a game in hand against Edworthy. I don't know if they're playing right now, because as it stands we're going to go 6 points top with a game in hand, which will put us essentially 3 points up. Edworthy are playing, they're losing 2-0 to Oxford City, which is fantastic for us, especially if we can win this game, because it will give us a little bit of breathing room at the top of the league. Depending on what happens as well is very much going to depend on what we see for the rest of this part of the series, by which I mean this first season, whether we rush through it and just get to the end of the season in order to get to the next season a bit quicker and reassess what we're doing, whether we're staying at Bath City, whether we get an offer from a bigger club and move to there, or whether we just see some more games. Obviously, if this comes right down to the wire and we're playing the last game of the season, not knowing if we won the title or not, then we'd definitely be showing a bit more of this season. That was a big ambitious throw in there. Obviously, if we've tied up the league with 5 games to spare, then we'll probably not show as much of this season, and then we can get on with the series a little bit quicker. In between episodes as well, we did get offered another 1-season contract with Bath, so we have taken a contract extension. We're now on £700 a week, which is £50 more than we were on. Fletcher there just coming in. Oh, I'm not even commentating on the game now. It's so obvious that we're winning that I've just neglected to put any commentary on that. We're looking unbeatable at present. I would agree with that. Cook there, passing it back to James. James is picking his spot, just floating that one up to Fletcher. Fletcher bears down on goal and just slots that one home. And it's all very much looking very, very nice for Bath City at the moment. We don't seem to be able to do a lot wrong after that poor run of form, sort of, I guess, early to mid-season, where we changed to the 4-3-3. Just change that 4-3-3 and getting ourselves a little bit more defensive for 4 or 5 matches seems to have settled the defence a little bit. he says as we concede. Did seem to have settled the defence a little bit, and coming back to 2 strikers up front definitely allows us to score more goals, although we've just conceded one there, and I'm not sure exactly what's happened there. Hines has kind of got hold of it and just hoofed one into the box, and Parrish has just had put on a bit of acceleration there, managed to run past my defender and tap it home. It's not ideal. We are still winning though at the moment, so we're not going to worry too much just yet. Ebbsfleet, by the looks of it, are still losing as well, which again is all very, very nice, and hopefully we can still pick up a win here, because we are definitely the more dominant side. It's just whether we can actually maintain that dominance all the way through this match, or if we're going to concede a sloppy second goal and it become all a bit of a hassle. At the moment we're on 60th minute and we're looking okay. I mean, Welling have had 3 shots. They've only had 1 on target. Admittedly, the one they have had on target is gone in the back of the net, which is not ideal. We're going to look to make some substitutions here as well. Alan, maybe Steve is struggling, so we'll bring on Ollie O'Dyer. Alan, maybe Steve is great, but he definitely suffers with some fitness issues, shall we say, and we'll bring on Giorgio up front for McGiff as well. Yeah, Alan or Steve, fantastic, but definitely struggles with some stamina issues. He doesn't have the best engine I've ever seen on a player. He seems to get tired and needs substituting off quite often here. We see Freer is tired as well. We'll put Wooten out on that left-hand side. He can kind of play there. He's not an ideal candidate, but he can do a job there. And we're not really seeing many highlights in this second half. It looks like it's going to be a very, very dull one. At this point, I kind of hope it's a dull one, because I don't really want them to come back up and the last highlight of the game be Welling just knocking one home in the 93rd minute or something. I'll take no highlights at all if it means we can maintain our unbeaten run, and we do maintain it. That's a 2-1 win for us against Welling. Cook getting a 7.3 rating there up front as well. Definitely not the best match we've ever played in recent time, but it's enough. And Ebbsfleet, by the looks of it, have lost as well. Yeah, so they've lost 2-1 to Oxford City, which does mean even with their game in hand, even if they win that, we're still going to be 3 points clear at the top of the league. We are now going into a match against Slough, who are 5th, so potentially offering a little bit more of a challenge than something like Welling, although Welling made us work for that win. They did make us work for that win a little bit. So hopefully we can go and get a win against them, and like I said, just keep on mounting this title challenge and stay there, so we can get that automatic promotion, so we can win the league, win a bit of silverware, and it all be very, very nice. As always though guys, thank you very much for coming over and watching. I hope you've enjoyed today. If you have enjoyed it, as I said at the start of the video, please do drop a like down below on the video. If you're enjoying the content as well and you haven't already, or if you're new around here, please consider hitting the subscribe button. If you hit the notification bell as well, YouTube will let you know every time we upload on the channel, and you won't miss any of our content. Till then guys, thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.